Let's go ahead and get this party started. We're going to start on our backs today. So come all the way down onto your back, and we're going to start in our Supta Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet together, the knees splayed out nice and wide, and coming all the way down onto your back. And for this one, if you have the space, you're going to bring the arms out into a nice T shape, or even a cactus arms overhead. And we're going to take several rounds of breath here. So we'll do a little slow flow today, moving with purpose and intention. So we'll use this shape to just become very centered. Beginning to become very present on your mat, present in your body. So using your hands, pulling the knees towards each other, placing the feet on the mat. We're coming to a half happy baby to begin with. So left foot stays on the mat and bring that right leg up. Grab onto the outside of the foot. The palm of the hand is across the top of your foot, and your elbow is up the inside of your knee. So keeping the left hip down here. The tendency is if you're very stiff or tight, you want to rock over towards the right. Try to stay pretty centered here and drawing the knee down towards the ribs. So in order to get a really good stretch, we have to stop holding our muscles, right? So if you notice that you're holding or maybe resisting, relaxing, actually, I think it's more appropriate. Just go ahead and breathe into that. Let's go ahead and take this half happy baby and turn it into a figure four. So take that right leg and just place it over the left knee. Flex the foot, push the knee away. And then if you want, you can stay here. So this is enough, right? If you want to, you can reach through and grab on, deepen that stretch. Totally up to you. Relax through your shoulders, unclench your jaw. And just find stillness in this pose. Go ahead and release that left leg down to the mat and extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. So to begin with, Put the left foot down and flex the right foot and hold behind the hamstring. So below the knee, between the knee and the hip. Hang on right here and let's point and flex. Nice. Maybe some circles. Now from here, we're going to slide our grip up to wherever it works for you and then extend that left leg long. So just creating a little bit more stretch in that hamstring. If you can reach all the way up to the foot, go ahead and do so, but you don't have to go any higher than what's right for you. Take a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, start to lift the nose towards the knee. Keep that left foot active and down on the mat and pull that right leg towards you. Go ahead and exhale that down, bend that right leg, pull it in, give it a nice tug, and then we're going to take it into a gentle twist over towards the left. So because it's gentle, anything that really wants to happen with this right arm, you can keep it down by your side, which is actually what I'm going to do today. Go ahead and unwind, unravel, bring both knees back into the center, rock a little side to side. I don't know if you can hear it. I have this like yoga music in the background and it's very bells and kind of wind chimey. And then let's bring the right foot to the floor. Grab that left leg for your half happy baby. Well, it also, so even though it's wind chimey, it kind of sounds like a bus out front. So it sounds like I have a bus squeaking. Notice how you're just starting to relax into this. Every exhale, you find a little bit more depth. Let's go ahead and turn this into that figure four. So crossing the left leg first, flex the foot, push the knee away, and then decide if you want to bring it a little closer. Actively relaxing. Go ahead and release that foot to the mat. Extend the left leg high first. Take that little tug and then point and flex. Now go ahead and start to slide the hands up the leg and extend the right leg long. Take a nice big in breath, and as you exhale, start to lift nose towards knee. Right foot is pressing, heel presses away, and then reaching long through the toes of the left leg. Go ahead and bend the knee as you roll back down to the mat and take that gentle twist over towards the right. Unwind this twist, come back through center, scoop both knees up into your heart. Nice little hug. Let's find that lift through the head and shoulders one more time. So lifting the nose towards the knees, create a little ball shape. And then from here, you can either grab on behind the knees and rock up, or you can lower down and roll over to the side. We're coming all the way up and into our tabletop shape. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to walk into a puppy pose from here. So extending the hands out nice and long, keeping the hips stacked right over the legs. And then once you get your arms as far out as you can, start to melt down towards the mat, bringing the forehead to the mat. Walking the hands back underneath the shoulders, coming into your tabletop shape. So taking 3 cats and cows here. So just moving in your own version of cat and cow. And the last one. Beautiful. So rooting down through the mat, lift the right leg behind you, bend the knee. We're going to take a few hip circles here. So try to keep your hips as steady as you can, and then press that heel up, open the hip out to the side, and then draw it towards the front and down. So I already did this a few times this morning, and it's still a little bit of a challenge. Nice. And now from here, we're just going to step to the outside of the right foot or right hand, and then slide back a little bit on your left leg. We're going to hang out right here to start with. So right on the inside, stack your knee either right over the ankle or right behind, and then settle into the hips a little bit. We're going to walk the left hand off the mat and bring the right hand to the edge of the mat. So you're turning away. This right leg does not move. You're just turning over towards the left. So you'll get a bend in the left side body as you open up through the hip. Nice. Come back through center. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Curl the toes under, lift the back knee off the mat. We're going to just walk again over towards the left side, but bring your feet with you this time and turn into a wide-legged forward fold. And then just melt down in between the legs. You can do anything you want with the hands here. We're just enjoying a nice fold. Inhale, half lift. Let's walk back towards the top of the mat. Step the left toes back. Hands are on the mat underneath the shoulders. We're coming into a three-legged dog. So just slide that right leg back and up and open. Open the hip, bend the knee, flex the foot. And then place that foot down on the mat. I'm just going to reset with a little bit of a spinal roll here. So just roll all the way forward onto the toes, push forward, find your way into an up dog with the toes curled under. So just dropping the hips, lifting the heart, and then exhale up and back. Inhale all the way forward, drop the hips, all the way up and back. Inhale forward, lower down, up and back. And then let's find our way back to that tabletop. So knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. We'll take 2 cats and cows here this time. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Nice. Find your way back to neutral. Lift that left leg, bend the knee so you have that like 90-degree angle. You're just going to press up, open out to the side, and come forward. So ironically, this side is my easy side. I don't know why. Then we're going to step to the outside of the left hand. Setting yourself up for that lizard first, making sure the knee is stacked on top of maybe a tiny bit behind that ankle. And then we're going to start to walk away from that leg. So that leg is glued. It's glued right there. It's not moving. And then you're just turning over and away. Now that the weather's warmer, we're getting outside more. We're doing a lot more walking. So when we do a lot of walking, front to back, we don't get a lot of mobility in the hips as far as like turning out. Nice. Come on back through center. Curl the toes under, lift the back knee first, and then we're just going to take the feet with you, turn towards that wide-legged straddle split, and then melt down, whatever works for you here. Inhale, half lift, walk back towards the top of the mat, come up onto those back toes, find your way all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee, flex the foot, take your wiggles and squiggles, and then place the feet back on the mat. Set up your dog, drop your head. Nice. Right leg is going to reach behind you. Knee comes in towards the nose. Step forward, place that right knee on the mat, and then bring the left knee down. Inhale all the way up. Nice low lunge here. Sink very low. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center. We're just going to lift that back knee off the mat into a high lunge here. Beautiful. From this high lunge, hinge forward. Hands to heart center. Look down at the big toe. Nice. Reach the arms all the way back up. Inhale, reach up. And then we're going to open up into a warrior two. So you're going to have to adjust that foot. Maybe heel toe the right foot in a little bit, or the back foot back a little bit. Let's find an extended side angle. Right elbow to right knee. Left arm reaches up. Maybe reach overhead. We're going to stay here. The only thing that's going to change is that left arm is coming around behind and wrapping around the back. Good. Go ahead and release. Let's find our way to our warrior two. We're going to straighten this front leg and then find your way to a pyramid pose. So the hands come to either side of that front foot, and then that back foot comes out about railroad tracks and then melt down over that front leg. Nice. Go ahead and push forward, bend into that right knee, bring that left knee back to the mat. Inhale all the way up. Nice Anjani low lunge here. And then bring that left hand down, right hand up for that twist. You can hang out here, or you can reach back, grab on, get a quad stretch. Go ahead and release. Both hands down and step back into your downward facing dog. Nice. Go ahead and pedal it out. Left leg is going to reach up behind you on the inhale, knee to nose on the exhale. Step through between the hands. Right knee comes down. Inhale all the way up, Anjani. Relax your shoulders. Exhale, hands to heart center. A little bit of strengthening moves. Come all the way up. Nice. From here, keep a nice bend in that knee. Just hinge forward. So you're rooting down through that front heel. Hips are nice and even. Pressing through that back leg. And just reaching forward. Inhale, arms reach up. And then on the exhale, we're going to open up into that warrior two, heel toe that foot into the midline just a little bit and sink down into the shape. Left elbow comes to left knee, right arm reaches up. So first find the length and then maybe reach over. Enjoy that stretch. And then right arm comes around behind, underneath. Open up. Nice. Go ahead and release. Inhale up. Exhale. We're coming into that pyramid on this side. So hands on either side of that front foot. Step that back foot out if you need to, and then melt down like your nose is coming to your knees. Bend into the front knee. Coming all the way back down onto that right leg. Inhale all the way up. Nice Anjani low lunge. Right hand down, left hand up. Both hands come down either side of that front foot. Step all the way back into your downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to find a nice wide knee child's pose. Knees come all the way down, sink back, sink down. And then for this one, I like to bring elbows to the mat, hands in prayer overhead. Begin to walk your hands back to the mat. Take a nice big stretch here and then come all the way forward. We're going to just come back onto our back. We're going to revisit most of that series that we did in the beginning, seeing how it has changed. So instead of a half happy baby, we're going to come into a full happy baby. So both sides. Just notice how much more accessible, even with that brief flow, you're still opening up each and every time. Pulling the knees down towards the armpits, flexing through the feet to protect those knees, pulling the thighs down and back at the same time that you press into the feet. So you're creating your own resistance here. Go ahead and release the left foot to the floor, cross the right leg over and find your way back into that pigeon. It's really just a transitional pose here, this pigeon. Go ahead and release that pigeon. Bring that left foot all the way down to the mat and bring the right leg up towards the ceiling. Now play around with this. You might be able to get a little bit deeper into this stretch. Maybe grabbing onto the big toe with your peace fingers. Maybe just getting your arms a little higher up the leg than they were before. Next, inhale, go ahead and set yourself up, and then exhale, fold all the way up towards that knee. Keep active through that bottom leg. Release down into a full twist this time. So if you can, the leg is straight. Otherwise, just grabbing to the outside of that right leg and twisting over. This time, the right arm reaches out nice and long. So you're welcome to stay here if you can, maybe grabbing onto the outside of that right foot. If that's too much, you can just hang out in this twist. And we'll be here for about 60, 75 seconds. So settle in. Go ahead and unravel and unwind out of this pose. Bring both knees back in. Give yourself a nice little hug. Going to do that. Second side, placing the right foot on the mat, cross the left foot over, find your way to that pigeon. Release the right foot to the floor. Grab on perhaps to the left big toe with peace fingers. Extend right leg long. Find this nice hamstring stretch. Keeping a micro bend in that knee. When you have this hamstring stretched, you don't ever want to hyperextend that knee. Keeping a little bit of a bend is actually better for that stretch. Go ahead and lift head, heart, and shoulders, drawing your knee towards your nose. Adding just a bit more resistance here. A little core work. And go ahead and exhale down, bend the knee, or keep the leg straight if you wanted to work a little stronger here. And then twist over towards the left. Nope, that's right. Left arm is straight this time. If that's too much of a stretch, you can just bring the hand down by the side. We're going to start to back out of this pose, unravel, unwind, come all the way back onto your back. Maybe take some little windshield wipers. Bring the arms up overhead if that feels good. Taking any fidgets. We're headed into our final resting shape. If you want to use your bolster here, we're going to take supine butterfly or butterfly on your back. So if you have the bolster handy, I have my blanket. Just line that up along the length of the spine. And then finding that butterfly shape with the feet, soles of the feet together, knees splay out nice and wide. Arms by your side. Head is heavy on the bolster. Eyes are closed. Bringing the hands to the outsides of your knees. Bring the knees towards each other, and then maybe taking some wiggles, rocking the knees from side to side here. Rocking your way up towards your seated shape. So either rolling to the side and pausing there, or sometimes from the bolster, it's just easier to come up and find your way into the seated shape. Allowing your hands to rest anywhere that's comfortable. Scanning your body, noticing how you're feeling, seeing what comes up for you here. We'll do a little bit of breath work before we complete our class today. Bringing right hand to heart, left hand to belly. Doing this 3-part breath. Inhaling, reaching the crown of the head nice and high, filling up into all 4 corners of your torso. Pausing at the top of that breath. And then exhaling slowly, long, as equally long as the inhale, or maybe just a tiny bit longer. We'll do a few rounds of that, inhaling all the way to the top of the breath, maybe counting the beats of the breath. Pausing at the top, if you're counting the beats, it would be half as many. So if you counted to 6, then you're going to hold for 3. And then exhale, trying to exhale maybe 1 count longer. Keep moving on your pattern. And then just coming to your own breath pattern. Coming back into just regular old breathing. Hanging on to this feeling that you have culminated through your practice, taking it with you through the rest of your day and into your weekend. Have a fabulous weekend. Namaste.